Smiling video buffs and tell us which of those you'd like to see later on in the show. 01811 8055. And there's one point in the programme that me, Mark, Rowan, David fight over every week, and it's the chance to say the chart that counts, where the hits are made and played with the man they're all calling Richard Skinner.
Andy, it's not exactly an action-packed chart this week, although we have got 5 new entries, 2 of them familiar songs. I'm getting a heart attack here, I tell you. First, Bronski Beat hit that perfect beat with their first hit record to feature singer John Foster. Now the song has charted, the band are planning a few low-key gigs in the near future. Shaky's threatened Christmas hit turns into a stark reality at number 38, and new in at 35, it's Cameo with a re-release of a song that didn't make the charts last year. Thanks to Single Life, She's Strange finally gets the recognition that it deserves. Up 6, Amazulu, whose hit was originally a rock and roll smash for Huey Smith back in the 50s. Princess is on the climb, The Revolution stops, and Marillion get decidedly sluggish in the chart. Not an awful lot happening here, actually, but here comes an old friend, Band-Aid is back, new at 24. Listen to the B-side and discover exactly what they spent your money on. The fastest climber, the Pet Shop Boys, up 17. Will our director now pay his bet, we ask? Anyway, you can hear the boys talk this weekend on Radio 1's Saturday Live. Sun City's on the rise this week, and also the Starships' Rock and Roll City leaps 16, the song co-written by Bernie Taupin. MPL tell me that Paul McCartney's new album will be out next February, around the time that the movie Spies Like Us opens in the West End, but in fact it won't be a soundtrack album. Moving up, go west, and the highest new entry, Madonna, who's still on her honeymoon. What are they doing, I wonder? Back on the way up after falling last week, it's Elton John, and the top 10 is actually pretty static. Lionel is up 2, Dougie stays at 7, Phil and Marilyn, well, they leap 5 places. Whitney Houston overtakes DC Lee to come in at number 2, leaving Wham at the top of the stack. Well, that's the singles chart. With me in the studio tonight to analyse it is Nick Rhodes of Duran Duran and Arcadia. Do you actually... hello, by the way.
Hello, Richard.
Do you find the singles chart stimulating nowadays?
No, in short.
Why?
Well, I think it's getting really boring. I mean, I looked at the American charts the other day, funnily enough, which is something I don't do very often. And it seemed that a lot of acts that used to do well in England, or new acts that aren't doing well in England yet, are doing well in America now. Now, America used to be so retarded about 3 or 4 years ago. And I think the English chart's getting into quite a sad state.
So we ought to look to the States a bit for a change.
Well, maybe.
What are you planning to do as a follow-up to Election Day?
Well, we're going to release another track off the album. The album just came out this week, and I think the favoured track is The Promise.
Which is the song that features Sting as a guest
Indeed,
vocalist in the background.
Does.
All happening by chance as well, I gather, that he was just there and he thought, let's do
it was good luck, actually. We just went along to see one of his concerts in Paris, which was very good. And we went to say hello afterwards, and he said, "What are you doing in Paris? Where are all these British pop stars in Paris?" So, of course, it couldn't have had anything to do with tax. It was all to do with the fact that we were recording.
More from him later in the programme, actually. I know he came along to the session. What about the Duran Duran state of play? Because there was that newspaper story that said that you were splitting...
Oh, our friend John Blake. Hi, John. Pleasure, pleasure.
It's not true, then?
No, of course it's not true. I mean, if anyone believes anything they read in John's column, good luck to you.
Will Arcadia have time to go live at some stage?
Probably not, because... I have commitments to this other group, Duran, in fact.
Nick, thank you very much for talking to us today. We'll actually be finding out where the Arcadia album has come in the LP chart in a mo. That's right after the video for the last single, directed by Roger Christian. This is Arcadia, Election Day.